a lot of articles, like news sites, just in general, they'll quote research, and that's good. I mean, you need to cite your sources, and research is a very important thing. But a lot of them, if you try to look into it beyond just the citation, a lot of like articles are behind some kind of paywall. Like you can't actually vet the thing yourself. You can't see that the way that they're representing the data is accurate. Is there anything that you can do, a suggestion that you would have to mitigate that kind of, I see that you're quoting an article, but how can I make sure that it's legitimate?
So you're talking about the article itself is behind the paywall? Or the research?
Yeah, the research usually.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I will,
No, not the article.
The article's like, obviously, news organizations have to find a way to fund themselves.
No, I get that.
So,
No, I get that.
Yeah, the research has to be transparent. I'm not big on research being behind, because if you're going to put this out as research that people need to know, then it needs to be, if it's serving a public interest. And I mean, depending on how the research was, research is done, is often done at universities who are wanting this stuff to be out in public, and they, the challenge with that is that they're putting out these, this 100-page report that no one really can, no one's going to have time to boil down, and so it's challenging for them, which is why the news media is so often like doing the boiling down for them. But I think the researchers, they need to be, and I think that a lot of them try to be much more proactive and explaining their research out in the public and being able to make their work more available. I mean, that's what we're trying, that's what our mission is, about transparency. And that's not just about government, that's just about, any institution that's supported with taxpayer dollars.
I think that's a really good point, that the researchers themselves talking gives it a lot of credence, because that's mainly what I'm getting at. Is you'll find those articles, it's like every other year. It's like chocolate's good, chocolate's bad. Chocolate's good, now chocolate's bad again. Right. Now wine is good, now wine's bad. And everyone wants wine to be good, but wine's always bad. So you end up in this situation where you don't know what to believe.
Right.
And it's not that the research itself is even supporting one as being an absolute. It's more that they're saying, hey, we did a study and this is what it suggests.
Right.
And
I think you find that a lot too with polling. We partner with UT on some polling. We do a couple of polls a year, and a lot of that's mostly political. And so, every poll has to come with a caveat, right? This is a snapshot in time. This is not a prediction of what's going to happen. And I think the more clarity that pollsters, researchers give on the front end of what they're actually presenting, because we're always going to jump to the most common denominator, the thing that we could easily, share and say, without being able to give all these kinds of explanations of well, yes, but we just want to say that top line headline for the research paper, which often misrepresents what the research actually found, or does not account for all the variables that the researchers are accounting for in their work. So I think it's also a little bit of a responsibility on our part to make sure that we're disseminating this stuff as well, and not just focusing on the top line.